just isn't enough that you can do up here. I can't send this off to another effect if I want, if it comes back up here. That's why I've taken it into these things. So I'm going to use auxiliary 1 to send this original signal to box 1, where I'm going to create a delay. That delay comes back into here, and I'm going to take the delay and send it off to another box where I'm going to create reverb of the delay. Do you get that? Yeah. It's a little bit tricky. So here's what we have to do. Box number 1 needs to be in program, what did it say? Program 1, right? No, I'm sorry. Program 13. And box number 2 needs to be in program 2. Good. All right. I'll read the directions, see if we can figure this out. Send original signal from channel 11. This is channel 11, and it carries our original signal, right? So that's what that means. Out aux 1 to box 1. What does that mean? There's your aux 1. If I'm going to get out aux 1, I have to turn this up, right? We've been doing this the whole time anyway. It automatically goes to box number 1, and we've set that to program 13, right? Good. Take the right return channel of box number 1. What even is that? You guys know what that is?
26?
That would be channel 26. Put that fader to unity, but don't assign it to anything. So is that fader at unity?
Mm-hmm.
How do you don't assign it to anything?
Take it out of the left and right.
Yep, so I have all those assignment buttons up.
This one too?
Well, we're not talking about that channel, so let's see. Meaning, release the LR assignment switch on channel 26. Don't use the left return channel in box 1, meaning turn channel 25's fader all the way down. That was your question, so we can dump that one. Not even using it. Alright, this is set up. This is curious. I've got this at unity. It looks like I'm going to use it, but I haven't sent it anywhere. Oh, but you're wrong. We can send it out the auxiliaries, even though it's not going to any groups of the mix. Okay, so use auxiliary 2 in the right return channel from box number 1, channel 26, to send the delay to box 2. What's the delay?
The first box?
The first box is creating a delay and it's coming back here, right? So we want to take the delay and send it out to box number 2, and you do that with auxiliary 2 right here in channel 26. Not channel 11 over there, like a lot of people screw up and make that mistake. So auxiliary 2 is what you do here. What would happen, by the way, if you turned up auxiliary 1 right here?
You double the
You'd
effect.
send it back to itself and create a feedback loop, and we know what those sound like.
Yeah.
So stay away from auxiliary 1 in the auxiliary 1 returns, in the effect returns of box 1, right? Alright, so we're going to use auxiliary 2 here in channel 26. We'll just turn that up to, let's try noon just to start and see what it does. And that's going over to box 2. Use auxiliary 2 and use program 2 on box 2. Mix your effect by using channels 27 and 28. Now we're going to use these two babies, and way up front it told you to assign them. They're still assigned. I'm just going to put those to unity and see what happens. Press Q and play over there, and let's see what we got. Q and play. Let's see how this works.
This is an effect of an effect. It takes two effects boxes to create.
Alright, we're definitely getting
The
our
original
feedback
signal is
here.
going
There's
to
our
box
delay.
number
See how it's
1,
happening
where
late?
it is being delayed by 600 milliseconds.
But we're not getting any return
The
here,
return of
so it's
that
probably
effect
not getting
is
enough
being sent
signal. I'm
out
going
to
to take
box number
auxiliary
2,
2 and turn it up
which is
even
set
more.
to a Hall-style reverb. The result is a delayed reverb with control over reverb parameters and pre-delay factors.
It's going to be... let's press it again. The problem was this wasn't
is
on
an
tape
effect.
returns. 26, right? 26.
This is an effect of an effect. It takes two effects boxes to create this. The original signal is going to box number 1, where it is being delayed by 600 milliseconds. The return
That's
of
cool,
that
huh?
effect is being sent out to box number 2, which is set to a Hall-style reverb. The result is a delayed reverb with control over reverb parameters and pre-delay factors.
Alright, I had to really crank this in order to get it to feed that. And that's okay, as long as it's not distorting, right? Play it again and let's see if it's distorting. I'm going to solo the return of box 2. Let's see if this is distorted. That sounds clean to me. Let's see if I can get it to distort. Now it's distorted. Alright. So soloing the effects will help you, because I'm going to listen in headphones and I'll hear it straight up if it's distorted. Alright, so that's how to do that one. Any questions on that? That's a tricky one. Okay, here's the next one. This one's really fun. It says, this is how to demonstrate a washout, blah blah blah. Let's just set this one. Set fader 11 at Unity first. So we set it Unity on channel 11.
Channel 11, Unity.
Use auxiliary 1 alone for this one. So we don't need auxiliary 2. I've already still got auxiliary 2 up from the last one. We don't need it. I'm going to turn this down. A common mistake in that last one is to use auxiliary 2 over there in the wrong channel. Or auxiliary 1 over here where you shouldn't, and you create a loop. Another common problem with these things is people forget to pan them out. Everything's in mono. You lose points for that. I've also seen people have everything just panned to the left, so effect only comes out the left side. You lose points for that. Or they did this, but they didn't have both sides up. Or they didn't have them both assigned. There's lots of places you can screw up in this. Doesn't sound right, something isn't there, right? Okay, so 27 and 28 we don't need, right? Because that's the return of box number 2, which we're done with at this point. Alright, so, use aux1 for this alone. Use program 1 or 2 on the EMP 100 number 1, which is box number 1. So set box number 1 to either program 1 or 2. I'll let you decide. Okay, we're going for it. Adjust your record levels with the input faders at Unity on channels 11, 25, and 26. Go ahead and set that up. 25 and 26. Good. Remember to reassign both 25 and 26 to LR mix and pan them out, because we undid one of them, right? Now we get it back. Good job. With the channel 11 pre-post switch for aux 1/2 in post position, hold everything. What is that, and where is it, and what the hell does that mean?
It's up here.
It's up here somewhere, yep. We're looking for the aux, wait a minute, what are we looking for? With the channel 11 pre-post switch for auxiliary 1 and 2.
Right here. You want it down?
In post position, which is up, get a good mix of effect to source, and then go to pre-position to start. Here's what that means. With that thing in up position, play your thing and let's get the level of effect that we want. So go ahead and play your script over there.
It's the last one, right?
I should say this is a demonstration.
This is a demonstration of how to wash out or ghost a sound
Do we
using
like how much
reverb
effect
and
is on
clever
it?
use of the pre-post function of
Okay.
the auxiliary sends on a
Alright.
mixing board.
Alright, so we like our mix.
With the auxiliary
If we didn't,
sends
we would
set to
adjust
pre,
over there, or
I can pull the
Yeah, we
fader
adjust
down,
over there.
and all you end up hearing
okay,
is the
press
reverb.
the
with
red one and then the green one, or just the red one actually. Good. Alright, so it says with a channel, get a good mix of effect to source, then go to pre-position and start to record. So it puts that thing down to go to pre instead of post. Good. And then you're going to start to record. Here's how it works. Listen to the script and just do what it says. Alright, so watch this as I do it. You have to be at Unity here or this doesn't work. Right. This is starting in pre-position, which is down. Here's the script. Listen.
This is a demonstration of how to wash out or ghost a sound using reverb and clever use of the pre-post function
just gonna
of
do
the
what it says.
auxiliary sends on a mixing board. With the auxiliary sends set to pre, I can pull the fader down. All you end up hearing is the reverb without any of the sources coming from. When I push the fader back up, you can hear the original signal again. I will now put the auxiliary send in post position, and as I pull the fader down, I go away.
That's how you do that one. So here's what to pay attention to on this one. You have to start at Unity with pre-post switch. Down. You follow the script. Don't dump it too fast. We'd like to hear you go away and the effect stay. Right? And then it says when I put the fader back up, we'd like to hear you come back. Go back to Unity to do this. It says I will now put the switch in the other position. Go ahead and do that. And now be careful at the end. It says, and when I go away, the effect goes away with me. We need you to end this with the fader, so the script ends with the fader right about there, not all the way out, because we need to hear the end of the script. Yes, if you turn it all the way out, it does go away, but we need to hear the script say that, and we won't hear it unless it's up there when the script ends. So as you back off the end of this thing, and this one takes a little practice, as I go away, the effect goes away with me and whatever, and it should end with quietly, not out. That's the thing to practice there. So it's a little bit of setup, a little bit of practice. You got to do the pre-post thing as it says. You don't need the other effects box. You don't need auxiliary 2 anymore. That one's a little tricky. Almost everybody always screws up the last two of these things because they did something wrong. And the things wrong are usually it's not assigned, they used the wrong auxiliary thing, it wasn't panned properly, there's just typical mistakes that are made. It seems really easy, doesn't it?
Until we try it.
Until you try it and no one's here to help you and say, oh wait, just fix that. Do you guys have time to try some? Oh, you do. You have 20 minutes to go ahead and try some of these. I recommend you do them with headphones on for sure. Solo the effects every now and then to make sure they're not distorted before you commit to them. Because if I hear distortion in it, I'm going to say it's distorted, it needs to be done again. You submit this, I listen to it, I give you a grade, I tell you how to make it better, and usually my responses say script 4, 6, and 7 are all distorted, these need to be done again, or 13 is incorrect, this wasn't done properly, or whatever. Do this again and let me know when you're ready, and I'll check them again. It's all by the numbers. We're not trying to be artists here. We're not trying to mix a band. We're not trying to put the right amount of reverb on a singer in a song. We're just trying to get the handle of what these things do. So it's all kind of by the numbers. And most of your projects this semester are going to be like that, just to get the equipment to do what it's supposed to do. Not in an artistic way, but just in a functional way.